So what's going on, Raider Nation? And welcome to the Raider Critique. Now, I'm sorry about the backdrop and everything I got going on back here. This was really just kind of a quick rush together. I'm trying to get background music into my videos now. I'm hoping that I'm able to do that. And this is actually going to be my first time trying this. So why don't we just go ahead and get into a Week 8 post-game review versus the Cleveland Browns, and then we're going to get into a pre-game review against the Los Angeles Chargers. So let's go ahead and hop over into the intro. I don't have a whole lot to say on this video, so we're just going to hurry up, knock it out, get it done, and hopefully everybody is able to get this right before the game starts at 3:25 Central Standard Time versus the Los Angeles Chargers. So what's up, Raider Nation, man? And here I am, Raider Gun, right here for a post-game review for Week 8 versus the Chargers, versus the Browns, and then we're going to do a pre-game versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This is probably the first time that our defense has held anybody. Well, it's not probably, it is the first time that our defense has held anybody under 30 points this season. And, well, I mean, even though as nice as it was to see, we all know that it wasn't the defense or the defensive coordinator changing things up. Because if it was, well, let's just be real, man. We can't change anything up good enough that much on that side of the ball for it to actually make a difference in the score that we got. The reason why we got a score like this against the Browns is because we were playing in really crappy weather. We had sleet, we had rain, we had mad wind, and it was completely hard to pass. Hence why Derek Carr only had 112 or so yards passing with one touchdown, but he managed the game really well. As a matter of fact, he played excellent compared to how cold it was in Cleveland on that Sunday. Our biggest bright spot of that day, besides the Browns not being able to complete any passes to their wide receivers and Odell Beckham being out, was Josh Jacobs, who ran over 130 yards, making this his first game to break 100 this season. It looked great. The score definitely looks awesome, but that wasn't because of our defense, man. And I'm going to be all, as well as they did play, our defensive coordinator, which happens to be Paul Guenther. Well, it seems like that he doesn't know how to blitz. It seems like that we rush 4 all the time, and if we're not putting a linebacker or a defensive end that we've put in as a linebacker on a spy, it seems like that we just get torched. Now, when we beat the Chiefs, we had Arden Key and a few other of the guys in the middle playing spy. Well, it seemed like that Paul Guenther had no idea what he was doing when it came to the next week playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Tom Brady just decided to shred the shit out of our team. But we came in with a similar game plan against the Cleveland Browns, and they only put up 6 points. Wasn't the game plan on the defensive side of the ball that held them to 6 points. Literally was the weather. And I'll be honest with you, I have not been a firm believer in Paul Guenther for at least 2 seasons now, because it seems like no matter what pieces that he gets on this defense, he doesn't know how to utilize and use these people correctly to their strengths. As a matter of fact, I think we finally saw LaMarcus Joyner play at safety, and he was laying people out that game while he was playing safety. And I know that right off the bat, we're not going to keep him there. We're going to probably move him right back to slot corner to where he can be used like yesterday's toilet paper. So until we can really figure out, until our defensive coordinator can really figure out how to use these players on defense, we're going to be scoring and giving up hella points, hoping that our offense can keep up with the other team's offense to where we can have a shootout. It's honestly why they are calling for this game here this week to be a shootout. It's played in LA, which happens to be our third home. You know, we've got a lot more Raider fans in LA than in almost anywhere in the country, although we are spread out worldwide, but there's not going to be any fans at this game. Now the Chargers, despite their record of a 2-6 record, are actually a pretty good team, and they always play really good against us. Now they've got this new quarterback named Herbert, and I can't remember his first name, but he looks really good, man. After Phillip Rivers has been moved to the Indianapolis Colts, by the way, probably having an MVP caliber season over there with Indianapolis. They moved on to get this new quarterback, Herbert, and he's actually really good. The guy has got it, man. He can throw, he can run, he can throw on the run. He's a decent playing quarterback for these San Diego Super Chokers. And yes, I did call them the Super Chokers, but their offense is not the problem. The Chargers got the same problem we've got, and that's defense. For some reason, they can get a 24-point lead, a 17-point lead, and they will blow it to lose the game. And that's how they've suffered, I believe, 4 of their 6 losses this year. So, with any type of luck, and especially with the weather being beautiful down in Los Angeles, we should be able to run away with this game. And that's if our defense decides to step up and actually stop the Chargers from completely embarrassing this defense. So, if it's up to me, and, you know, it's not up to me. Of course it's not up to me. That's why all these games get played, man, is because we could sit there on paper all day long and say, oh yeah, this is an easy win for us, we're going to get this, and then we'll be moving on to Denver. The next 3 games are all division games. We've got the Chargers, we've got the Broncos, we've got the Chiefs, and these are all must-win games. These are all games that we must take advantage and beat the brakes off of every single one of these AFC West teams to assure and assert our dominance of this division. We are a good football team. We've got a lot of good players on offense. We've got a lot of good players around the ball, and sometimes we've got a lot of good defensive players too. It's just, is Gunther going to put them in the right spots to where they are able to make plays? I haven't seen it out of him yet this year. I'm hoping that he will finally start putting LaMarcus Joyner at safety and keeping him there. Please take Nevin Lawson out of the game and let's start like Isaiah Johnson. Anything is better than watching Nelson get used, man. And Nelson did do a fine job last week, but like I said, the weather really played a factor into that Cleveland game. And Nevin Lawson has not looked good all year, so I really do think we need to come in and find another corner. Somebody who knows the scheme pretty well, somebody who's been with the team for a minute, and give them a shot, man. We've got a few corners that are really fast just sitting on the bench or playing special teams. So, with all that being said, and I know this video is not going to be very long, I expect Derek Carr to have a stellar day. I'm expecting Josh Jacobs to run all over this defense. And I'm expecting our wide receivers to make the catches and the yards that we're going to need to keep getting first downs and moving the ball down the field. The offense is going to have to be lights out. The offense is going to definitely have to be lights out. And with weapons like Ruggs, Aguilar, we're getting Bryan Edwards back this week. You know, we've got Josh Jacobs, Eric Ingold, Darren Waller, Jason Witten, Jalen Richard coming in off the bench, Devontae Booker. We offensively should be able to put up at least 35 points on this Los Angeles Chargers team, which is why I believe that we come away with the win this week, 35-27. Now, I really am hoping that our defense can keep the Chargers underneath 30 points. I'm not going to hold my breath. Let's just get that straight, man. I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't know if our defense is capable of holding this Chargers team to under 30 points with as beautiful as the weather is going to be out there today. So anyway, this is Raider Gun, man. Thank you for tuning into the Raider Critique, and I am sorry that I have not put out many videos this season. And yeah, everything seems to be a little bit lackluster. I'm starting to try to get a lot of this technology stuff figured out to where at least I'm able to have my own background music and whatnot besides the intro. And I do appreciate everybody for coming in and watching these videos and liking and subscribing, kind of giving me the boost to want to keep doing this. And, you know, because I don't do this for money. I do this out of the sheer love for the football team, and sometimes I just get awful busy to where I'm not able to do it. Really, I like being a Raiders fan. I like being a part of the Raider Nation, and, you know, it is what it is, man. I just enjoy going to the games. I enjoy hanging out with the booster clubs and hanging out with the chapters from Austin and over here in my area, and also out there in Houston and Dallas, man, hanging out with all those Raider fans. It's great, dude. It's a great family to be a part of, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So with all that being said, man, we need to embrace everything that's been going on when it comes to Trent Brown and this COVID incident and the Raiders being fined. And that's another thing I should have actually touched on, which I'm going to go ahead and touch on now. The Raiders were fined $500,000. John Gruden got fined $150,000, and it's all because we are not doing what we're supposed to when it comes to this COVID protocol. We're not wearing our masks correctly. We're letting people in the locker room that are unauthorized to go into the locker room. We are basically just shitting all over the COVID-19 epidemic. And we're, you know, John Gruden is saying all the right things. Oh, we're taking this seriously. Well, look, if we were really taking this seriously, it seems like every team that we play against, somebody from the opposite team gets COVID. If not, Trent Brown coming down with another case of COVID. I don't mean to be laughing about this, but it seems to me that we're spreading COVID around, hurting all these other football teams who wind up playing us to where they lose their big players too. We had Cam Newton go out. That was right after they played us. We had another Baker Mayfield from last week from the Browns go down for COVID because, more than likely, because of the Raiders. You know, let's just be real. I think we're spreading the virus more than we're preventing the virus, which it is what it is, man. If we can't beat them when they got their starters, we'll give their starters COVID. They won't win their next game. You know, I mean, what can I say? But in all actuality, and all laughing and all joking aside, guys, wear your masks, wear your trackers, stop spreading the virus, stop doing all this crap. And this is just to the team. This ain't to the fans. It's not like we got any fans in the stands. You know, our team needs to take this COVID-19 epidemic a lot more seriously than they have. And it really doesn't surprise me that we did get fined. But hopefully it sets a fire up underneath this team to go out, win these next 3 games, especially this next one coming up against the Chargers, because everybody knows how I feel about the Chargers. You know, we need to wipe the floor with them. We need to sweep the Chiefs this year, and we definitely need to beat the Broncos. We have the next to easiest schedule left of any NFL football team. I know we're probably not going to win out. We're going to lose maybe 2 or 3 more, but I have a feeling that with there being an extra playoff spot, an extra wild card spot this season, that we could easily get in and sneak into that playoff spot. So anyway, man, I am the Raider Critique, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to pop over here into the outro and get this video posted up to where at least you guys have something to watch that's Raider affiliated before the game start. So anyway, just like I've always said, baby, it's Raider Nation for life.